I was talking to Eugene. He thinks that if we went further out and set up a remote amplifier, we could boost the signal.
Yeah, but you know what Michonne's gonna say.
Security breach. Yeah, I know.
Plus, trying to find people and reach out to them with that thing, it's like stumbling around in the dark.
Welcome to NocBro Nation.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Jarrell.
And I'm Josh, and today we're here to give our predictions for episode 6 of The Walking Dead Season 9, Who Are You Now?
Yes, so the first episode after Rick Grimes. Rick Grimes is still alive. That's why I'm wearing this shirt. There is no trailer for episode 6. They did the next episode's promo for all of the remaining 3 episodes of the midseason.
Which we did a reaction of that. Check that out, which is exactly what you were going to say.
Yeah, reaction and breakdown of that, so check it out. But we're going to go through some of the promo pictures for season 6. Read the synopsis.
After we do the synopsis.
Yep, and we'll give you guys some good information.
I'm just throwing you off.
I know.
All right, so yeah, let's go over the synopsis first. The survivors encounter unfamiliar faces outside the safety of their community walls and must decide whether or not this new group can be trusted. Obviously, that is Magna and the crew, which is a perfect segue into a little bit of background of who this group actually is.
Yep, so if you guys don't know, if you guys don't read the comic books, Magna's group, which consists of Magna, Yumiko, Connie, Kelly, and Luke, they are a group that came from Richmond, Virginia, and they were trying to survive in Washington, D.C. They were actually saved by Jesus when they were getting attacked by a herd of walkers.
In the comics.
Excuse me, yes. And they were brought to Alexandria. Magna was always a little skeptical about Alexandria, especially when she saw Negan in his cell. So she was wondering what's going on here.
Which I think we're going to get a little bit of that because when we saw the trailer, we saw Magna kind of sneaking around at night a little bit in the trailer. Yeah. So I think we might get some of that, skepticism.
Yeah. So
skepticism.
Skepticalism, who knows? So in the comics, one thing that's different is Kelly, who is a female in the show, is a male in the comics, and Connie and Kelly were boyfriend and girlfriend in the comics. The actress in the show who plays Connie she is actually deaf. So this is a character who is going to have. I think it's the first character that we've had who has a disability.
So cool.
It's really, really cool. Magna and Yumiko in the comic books are together. They have a relationship.
Yep.
I'm not sure if we'll see that in the show or not. I won't get into any spoilers right now, but Luke, he had a big... something happened to him in the comic books, and we'll have to see if his TV character will be affected. It does take place with the Whisperers and Alpha, but we won't spoil you guys for right now. We'll leave that for maybe another episode or two.
Sure. If you want to know about that, message us. We'll tell you.
Yeah, let us know. But so I'm excited for this group. This group looked really cool. But let's get into some of the promo picks.
Yeah, and obviously the first pick is we saw this in the 3-episode trailer. It's Daryl. We know that he is now living in the woods. He's on his own. Obviously, probably taking the presumed death of Rick Grimes pretty badly.
Very bad.
And this is him taking out a walker in the creek.
In the creek. See some splatter coming up. And there's just another shot of him. I think
this is when he's fishing. And the walker comes up upon him.
I think the walker he's fishing
rises out of the
water, and then it's like, oh, I don't think I want to eat that.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. Would you really want to eat that after that?
I don't know. They've never gone into where, like, if a walker dies in water, and you drink the water, would you turn? Probably not.
And how many walkers
have to die?
How many walkers went into that river after the bridge?
After the bridge died, yeah. I would think those fish are just done. So, one big thing from the pictures that you're going to see, I think we're going to see a lot in the kingdom with Ezekiel and Carol. As you guys know, Carol has long white hair, still looks gorgeous, but I think we're going to be seeing a lot of the kingdom, which is good because we haven't seen them in a while. Well, a lot of them were taken out.
Possibly a marriage scene. That'd be nice.
Maybe a wedding.
A wedding, yeah.
Possibly. They could just be engaged, but maybe it's been 6 years, so maybe they're married already, or maybe Carol
could be married already.
Maybe Carol still hasn't pulled the trigger yet. So
and that's what I'm thinking. Just to appease the audience,
Right.
they might actually have maybe a cutback to the wedding or a small wedding or whatever. But here, obviously, we see the happy couple walking throughout the kingdom.
Yep.
And
so just another shot.
A very different shot because this looks like she's pissed. It looks like, at least.
It looks like maybe she might be, because there's like a carriage behind her, so maybe she's going to go on a run, and Zeke just doesn't want her to go, or Zeke, telling her to be careful or whatever. And she's doing gardening. You know, I can't wait to see it. I think their relationship is going to be really interesting to see.
Yeah, it's really cool because we have to think during this time frame. This is 5-6 years down the road. There's not really any threat of another community at this point. There's no threat. It's been 5 years since any type of conflict, more than that, and they're really comfortable.
Yeah, they are comfortable. So they're building. So we get Ezekiel, and I believe that could be Henry. Not sure, or just somebody else just working in wherever that is. Power place.
Yeah, it almost makes it seem like it's the sanctuary, but it's not.
It's not. Yeah, it's at the kingdom somewhere. So there's Big Jerry Man. He's chilling. He's pretty sweaty, so he's probably doing some work.
I'm wondering if this is, obviously they have some type of generator, some type of mechanical.
Seems like a factory kind of
gear
thing
there, and they're trying to get it working or seeing how they can possibly get it up and running.
Yeah. So, one of the big changes is Michonne, as we've seen with her hairdo, and I like it. I know. I think this is the one part where Michonne comes back to Alexandria and finds Magna's group is there. She's
pretty pissed off.
Yeah. You saw in our next episode trailer, I had a little clip on there. So,
but there is I think it's a good 4 minute opening scene for the next episode, and it's essentially Michonne talking to Rick. We don't know.
Oh, the opening minutes?
Yeah. And she
finds that brick figure.
Yeah,
and that's how Judith was messing with.
But it's all coming from a spot. She's at a location, and I'm wondering if this is by the bridge. It's maybe a location that they set up as his grave, and she's talking to it. Mm-hmm. I don't know. They didn't say that. They didn't show that, but I just get a feeling like that. But anyway, it's essentially her saying, it's tough without you, but I'm going to get through it. I'm going to stay strong.
Yep, definitely. So, and just another shot of her just, probably pondering things, thinking about Rick maybe. I don't know. Then the little ass kicker.
Judith Grimes.
Judith
got
freaking
the
Grimes,
sheriff in her hand.
Got the, it's going to be so interesting. I mean, we've already seen, a couple clips where, where she decided to bring Magna's group in. So she steps up as, that she's got some authority in a sense, and she does have Rick's gun.
Is that though?
It is.
I think it is.
It really.
It doesn't look like it from the handle, but once you see the barrel of it, yeah.
There's another picture. There's some other pictures that I didn't put on here, but there are some other pictures that do show the gun. So it is his gun. And somebody asked us for Q&A, like how did Rick, how did Judith get it?
Yeah.
I'm sure probably after his death, they probably went over to the over that spot. And it was probably laying on the ground after he got blown off.
Yeah, I mean, you got to think that just because the bridge blew up doesn't necessarily mean they're just going to stop and say, that's it, he's gone.
I'm sure they're
going to look for him.
Right. But I'm sure they assumed maybe he was incinerated and the gun.
You got to wonder if Michonne maybe has a little inclination or hope that maybe he's still alive. Because there's no evidence, there's no body, but then again, he would make his way back.
You would have to think if it was, they would have searched that entire area and probably went down the river and
I'm sure they did.
Yeah, so
yeah.
So it's just a good question, but they just found it. So
it just sucks.
They gave it to Judith.
I knew this was going to happen.
Yeah, those questions.
We know he's alive,
right?
And it sucks.
It sucks.
Because
then it's like, did they search the area? Did they check this, check that?
Because you see their pain. Like they're in pain. They lost someone they love, and the fact that
it's tough.
It's that we know he's alive and they don't. It sucks.
Yeah. So the man, he's got some sunlight, like we said, but I don't know. He's got they're giving him let him shave his beard.
Yeah, and I said this before, so this is a lot longer that he's been imprisoned than he was in the comics. So it'll be really interesting to see how he plays a role in these next 3 episodes, but it's going to be very interesting the next 8 episodes. I won't give any spoilers.
Yeah. So, this picture, can you guys tell us what you see? We'll give you a couple seconds.
Can I say it?
Okay, that's it. What do we see?
An Infinity Gauntlet.
Aaron has the Infinity Gauntlet from Thanos.
Yeah,
No,
it's seriously like the bottom half of it looks like it. But anyway, yes, he is wearing a mechanical arm.
Yeah. So yeah, that is pretty cool. You know, he has to function at some point, so let's give him an arm. I wonder who made it for him. What do you think?
Eugene.
Yeah. Yeah, cool.
And it is cool to see Father Gabriel. Obviously, he's back from being knocked out or whatever by Jadis.
Yeah.
So yeah, well, it'll be very interesting to see if we get any information on that in the 5 years, a mention of that. It'll be really interesting what kind of mention or what information we'll get of Jesus and the crew.
Yeah, so
Maggie.
Yeah, and so we get Eugene and Rosita, and not really sure in this picture what they're doing. Just having a chat. Yeah.
I think this possibly might be when Magna and crew come in. They're standing.
Yeah, maybe.
Because that is in Alexandria.
Yeah, could be that. Yeah, it could be something like that. Maybe giving them a tour or something. I don't know.
Yep.
There's the scene right there. Yeah.
So you see Eugene in the background wearing obviously the same clothes as they are now.
Yeah.
So I think that is the same scene. They're by trees. They're in that street of Alexandria.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely think this is the same scene. This is when Magna and crew are brought into Alexandria. Judith Grimes brings them in.
It is really interesting in this shot, though. Like they're covering their heads, but they don't have their hands bound. You know, they don't have them like their hands bound or anything. So why cover their faces then? Whatever.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
yeah,
Like, why would you
I
cover
agree.
their faces, but you don't have their hands tied behind?
They
their
just
backs?
don't want them to see where they're going.
Like, well, I know that, but it's like, well, aren't you afraid they're going to do something? But who
No.
knows? Maybe not.
Not Judith Grimes.
We
are predicting it now. I completely believe that there will be a relationship between Rosita and Eugene. It will follow the comic book storyline.
Yeah.
Think?
I think so, because in the comics, Eugene and Rosita had a relationship up until a certain point.
We have too many spoilers.
Up until a certain point. In the I saw from Walking Dead Twitter page that they tweeted a picture of when Rick was in the hallucination where they're showing the bodies, and as it was panning over, you saw Rosita lying there. And if you look closely, her glove that she wears, the black glove, she has her hand intertwined with somebody else's. Now, you don't see who that person is. A lot of people were thinking maybe that was Abraham, but I think they could be foreshadowing Eugene and possibly a relationship with him.
Yep.
So Eugene is up on, there's a picture of Eugene. I think he's going to be climbing up maybe to the top of a water tower to expand their radio signals.
We've definitely seen that in the trailer. Eugene is up on a water tower. Here's a picture of him obviously climbing that water tower. Rosita holding some type of transmitter device. And then here's her again at the bottom. What we believe we also saw in the 3-episode trailer, a cut to a CB type radio communication device. So I think that is obviously Eugene preparing that to, reach out to further communities that possibly have developed that Alexandria and the rest of the communities are not aware of.
Yep. So I really don't have because we don't have. I mean, we saw kind of a trailer with the next 3 episodes, but I don't really have any big predictions. We're going to get introduced to Magna's group. We're going to be seeing just how the community and how everybody is working now after 6 years. I don't think anything major is going to happen. I think it's just going to be kind of an introductory series and just plans of kind of what they've been up to and what they're trying to do.
Yeah,
really.
I do think that we're going to get the beginning rumblings of walkers are evolving.
Yeah, we're going to see that. The Whisperers.
Something is changing about the walkers.
Yeah, we're going to see that scene of where they're congregating in a circle.
Yep.
If it is true, we are going to see Alpha and Lydia.
Not this episode, but I think that the mid-season finale.
We may not get introduced to them. I think maybe
we'll get a shot of them.
We'll see. Like the wiki says they're in this episode, this episode, but maybe they're just like in that crowd. You know, they're just listing them. They're in the episode, so they're maybe in that crowd of in the circle watching or whatever. But
interesting thought. We get the iconic trailer scene of Eugene and Rosita sliding into the embankment, covering themselves in mud, and then hearing the Whisperers say, "Where are they?" I wonder if that is after they hook up the radio up in the tower. They're on their way back to Alexandria, and they run into this different type of herd.
I think so.
That is just something's off about it.
Something's off. Yeah, I think so. I think that'd be nice. So I can't wait for this. It's
let us know what you thought of the pictures. The next 3 episodes. I'm pumped.
We're getting pumped, man. We're so pumped for this mid-season. Can't wait for episode 8, which is Evolution, which I know we will be getting introduced to Alpha.
Oh, for sure.
Evolution, yeah. And Beta and Lydia. So let us know your thoughts, guys. And just get prepared to, Rick Grimes is gone, but he's in our hearts. But
the season will go behind us. Yeah.
The season will go on. It's going to be awesome. So make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're new. Follow us at NocBro Nation on Twitter and Facebook. And stay tuned for the review coming next week. We are NocBro Nation.
We're out.